EU5 version 1.1 is finally here, the beta at least, and among other changes, antagonism in the Holy Roman Empire has been increased quite a lot, which makes it more difficult to expand, and with that, France and Bohemia no longer eat up the entirety of the Holy Roman Empire, at least not that much and not that fast. Of course, this begs the question, are countries in the HRE that border France finally playable? More importantly, are countries in the Low Countries in the Netherlands finally playable? And specifically, is Brabant, one of the first victims of French expansionism, finally playable? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. In today's video, we're going to be jumping in as Brabant, the most powerful independent Dutch nation. We're going to be trying to form the Netherlands, and we're going to be trying to fend off France. And the worst part, for me, the best part for you, I only have one shot. So let's jump in as Brabant and try not to get annexed. Alright, here we are as Brabant, ladies and gentlemen, a country that I've been wanting to play for quite a while now. I have played in the Netherlands once before as Holland, and that was right after 1.0.10 just dropped, and we absolutely got destroyed by both France and England. But you know, with France being not so aggressive, man, I think we should be able to do something here. Now, we are in a marriage union with Limburg right here, which I guess we're gonna try and keep something like that. You know, we have a decent amount of people, market access is decent, even though we don't have our own market. It's in Bruges, which of course we can't take. They're a subject of France. So yeah, let's go ahead and do the setup, man. We don't have any government reforms or anything like that, and we have one of the worst estate privileges, right to inherit, which absolutely sucks. Yeah, already negative things going for us. But, you know, the game plan is here to form the Netherlands, obviously, if we can. We just need 28 locations in the Low Countries. You know, that is actually doable. That is actually doable even without expanding down south. So I think we're going to get to that, man. I think we're going to get to that. But aside from that, obviously, we're in the HRE. Yeah, these other guys are in the HRE. Hainaut is a subject, or it's not. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. Oh, here's a unique thingy for Brabant, plus a 3% tax efficiency. Decent, not that powerful, but decent. You know, I would rather have it be 5 or something like that. But aside from that, I don't see anything else unique. We do have, I guess, some semi-unique, you know, Dutch stuff like production efficiency and stuff like that. Or the admin system law right here, which I guess is pretty cool. Went with autocracy for one gov reform. I'm gonna wait for the next age so we can pick up the other crown power one. Alright, estate stuff done. Pissed some people off as always, but that's not a problem. Okay, so we're just gonna be chilling for a little bit, waiting for the first parliament, and then seeing which one of our neighbors and, you know, people that are in, like, you know, Friesland, Holland, Flanders, Brabant, Wallonia, which one of those guys we can attack and see what we can do. Okay, a couple of months have ticked over. We got a coup attempt, but we'll get rid of it very soon, and not even losing money, even with cost of court and stability maxed out. So yeah, okay, not bad right now. As for other things, we do not have cities. However, we do have 4 towns. Ideally, Holland, man, is the first country we would fight. Now, they have linked up with Gelre right here, which could be tricky for us. And of course, they have Zealand as a subject, but I'm trying to hook up with some allies too. Alright, so Parliament is here. We are able to declare. I'm just looking at some of these, like, super tiny guys right here. Also, Loon, for example. They got quite a few allies, but once again, they're also all, you know, super tiny. Let's see if any of them have forts. These guys don't, these guys don't, these guys do, and these guys do. But I can just occupy all of this, can't I? And we actually have a decent bit of levies, man. That's surprising. Yeah, we got a decent bit of levies. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fight Loon, and then might annex some other of these guys if they're in the Low Countries, which these guys are, these guys aren't, these guys are, and these guys are. We'll see, depending on antagonism. So let's, you know, let's do increased ties to neighbors, for example. Fabricate CB on Loon. There we go. We'll change laws later. So far, nothing crazy. France, they're doing their thing up here. Bohemia is just chilling, so Bohemia is obviously not a threat. France and England really are the threats. Oh, interesting. Something I never noticed, even though I did play on this update before. Level 2 forts are 500 garrison right now. Interesting. Okay, there we go. Let's just send them an insult first. Okay, let's go. Okay, to take all of Loon is actually a decent bit of antagonism. Yeah, is actually a decent bit. These guys we said aren't there, so we're not interested in them. Do I get some subjects elsewhere, man? These guys are like, you know, dangerously close to France. Even though I technically border France via, you know, Namur and Flanders right here. I think I'm just gonna take Loom. So yeah, let's take that and get all of their money. This is our culture, so we are gonna integrate it. Something I also need to do this campaign is try out mercs, man, because mercs have been changed. So let's see if they're affordable now. This guy for 100 ducats, we get, I guess, 200 people. Yeah, actually, this is way better. Whoa. Mercs finally good, question mark? Oh no, has it started? I note succession, what? What happened here? Huh, this is interesting. Okay, this isn't really that kind of war. This is like, I guess we'll keep an eye out. France might actually take stuff in this one too, so... I just, you know, I won't be mad if they do something to Liege, but if they try to block me up north, man... Ugh. Okay, Age of Renaissance is here. We are gonna go admin focus, and I can finally pick up the other Gov reform, which is gonna be, Royal Decree. Yeah. Alright, so France did do stuff. They ate up, you know, Hainaut or whatever the succession was for. Yeah, we can actually see what they just took. So they took this. This obviously is from England and stuff like that, but this is from now. It's not that bad. I do border France proper now, and of course Liege has lost this over here, but luckily they didn't take anything from anyone up here because they were fighting those guys too. Okay, Holland. Let's see, Holland. They still got a pretty good network of alliances right here. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when the next parliament comes around, but not bad. So far, not bad. Now, of course, France does get mega coalitions in this patch, and look, everyone is in. However, the thing is, these guys don't usually declare. Now, if I join up this coalition, can I just declare the war? Because I think in these patches, man, finally, you know, we can like really deplete France. So I actually am gonna join the coalition against France. And yeah, we do got the CB. We can be the declarer, and the war goal is finally actually show superiority, which is tricky because it's a lot of small guys versus one big guy. Do we do this? I know I'm right here, but I think we can do some damage to France, man. I think we can do some damage to France, and if all goes well, shoot, I might even take like all of the stuff they have in Wallonia and Flanders, really. Or we just make them release someone right there. I don't think this is a bad idea. I do not think this is a bad idea. We can go in for Horny or Kuyik and Valkenburg right here, which would be a nice little opportunity. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna go in for Kuyik right here, and then we're gonna deal with France. So there we go. Host army exercises, fabricate CB, those guys. All right, let's do a quick little in and out war. And there we go. Wait, I lost the CB on France. The coalition is... Oh, I left the coalition because I'm at war. Okay. All right, these two tiny guys have been defeated. Just taking a look at the cultures. Perfect. We can annex that up as well. This really shouldn't be a lot of antagonism. Yeah, it's not. And all of their money. Okay, there we go. There's a war done. All right, Black Death is here. That's okay. I've built up one hospital. Let's tell these guys to integrate that province. Let me see if I can link with Austria. Yes, I finally can. I've been trying to for a while. I actually do have allies. Lunenburg and Austria. Now we're going to be currying favors with those guys. There we go, just like that. And yeah, I think we should declare on France. Has the coalition grown? Let's see. It hasn't. I was hoping Austria and Milan would join. I wonder if we can do that. Invite to coalition? We probably can't, can we? Nah, because Austria has one of it. Okay. All right, well, currying favors with my allies. I think it's time we try and hit France, man. We should have superior numbers right here. Kinda-ish. Let's try it. I mean, if these guys don't want to do it, I can do it. And look, we can call in Austria too. And Lunenburg, which aren't in the coalition. This is awesome. There we go. Coalition show superiority. I have no idea how this will go. But hey, if I can bully France instead of France bullying me, I'll take that any day. Yeah. I'm scared. Okay, there we go. Now Austria and Lunenburg are in, and Austria, of course, brings in 8 subjects. So, war goal is show superiority. Let me just test this out. Dude, I can take land. I will get a coalition, sure, even though I'm bringing stuff back to the Holy Roman Empire, but we can take land. Okay, in an ideal scenario, this is what we would do. Or no. In an ideal scenario, I take Bruges. Take over the market capital. Okay, enough yapping. Let's just play, dude. Okay, winning some battles here, honestly. It's not going too bad, but obviously we're losing war score, as we can see, because, damn, that lag. Because France is doing stuff down here, so... I don't know, man. Could be tricky. Could be tricky. I declared this as a tester, you know, to see if a coalition of the HRE can actually defeat France in this patch. Coalitions do form, it's just these guys are too scared to declare. So if we can win, or even seriously deplete France, I think the only thing that needs to be tuned up is the willingness of the coalition to declare. You know, but we're doing all right up here. Let's just hope these guys down here don't cost us too much war score. You know, war is still going on. We're obviously negative 43% right here, but, you know, we got some sieges off down here, got a lot of sieges off up here. The numbers have depleted, obviously, you know, to about the same level right now, even though we have lost so many more people, but that was expected because, you know, France walks in with their big stack and catches everyone else's small stack, right? So a lot of guys that are in here, man, don't even have any troops up, along with the French subjects and stuff like that. So really, it's this big French stack, and luckily, me and the boys are huddling it up over in St. Nicholas right here. So we'll see. I don't really think we can do too much, especially with this war score, man, but why not keep trying, right? And even though we've sieged down stuff from Flanders, we can't actually take stuff like that. Although, we can transfer subject. We can transfer subject. Is Flanders here? I don't think Flanders is here. They're probably too big to do it on. Yeah. Or wait, they are here. Yeah, it's possible to do it. It's possible to do it. Let's just keep going and see what happens. All right, war is still going on. It's more than obvious by now that this was a bad idea, man. Even, you know, this grand coalition that we've gathered from the Holy Roman Empire can't defeat France, which I feel like, I don't know, all of these guys, maybe they should be able to defeat France, but it's just, you know, they nab all the small guys. But aside from that, man, we got this event right here, the new Duke of Brabant, where we can add the joint ruling government reform, which is pretty much free, and it does have some positive things. We gain legitimacy and stability. However, if we don't do that, everyone is mad. So I guess the brothers will rule as one, man. I guess we got two rulers now, which is crazy. But yeah, I need to figure out a way to get out of this war, man. And I don't want to, like, offer them stuff, even though I can just get out of it for, like, 13 ducats. Actually, I think we will do that. So, there we go. We didn't technically lose to France, obviously, but, yeah, I wanted to give it a shot. I think if we end up being bigger, if we can pull out, like, 20k troops, you know, if you're, like, Austria or Bohemia and you do this same thing, I think you can win. I've been doing this for about a minute now. You can't get rid of it by holding down C or enter. So you just gotta click. Yep. Just clicking away. Just clicking away. All right, back to not losing money. What? How? Oh, okay, that's different. Never mind. Okay, not losing any money anymore, but I do need to focus on paying off some loans, dude. So, yeah, let's just chill. We can't even pull out levies or nothing like that. So even our own wars are done for now. Really, the only one that's gonna do big stuff right now is, like, these guys from over here that didn't join the coalition. That's why, for example, Bohemia is doing this. Brandenburg is the emperor. That's interesting. Yeah, look, now Bohemia is doing this. Brandenburg-Bohemia War. What is the war? That's not the coalition. Oh, it is the coalition. Okay. Yeah, these guys will definitely lose, though. These guys will definitely lose. I don't know. Well, the ratio's about the same as it was versus France. Yeah, the problem is, man, the small guys can't gather up together, and you know, all of these just get wiped and wiped and wiped, and the main guy gets war score. But I think these guys can do it. Let's see, I think these guys can do it. I've actually played a couple of games on 1.1, and this is the first one I've seen that's Bohemia is this aggressive. Because usually they're not, but that's because they're not the emperor. And usually they end up being the emperor immediately at the start, so they don't do it. Hey, I'm being voted for by Bohemia. What? Did Flanders declare independence? I think it just did, dude. Oh my god. How long is our truce? 51 days. Dude, we can fight Flanders. Oh my god, this is so lucky. Parliament, when is Parliament? In 6 months. Okay, they got forts here. So France shouldn't be able to get through all of this. Really, if we can just get Bruges, that would be nutty, dude. That would be nutty. They don't even got troops. Oh my god. And this one's not gonna be a short one because England's in it, man. England is gonna, you know, take up time and stuff. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen this. Have you guys? I got a CB on Flanders. I just got some money from England in order to create a truce with them. Let's go. Oh my god, and I can walk directly to Bruges. That's awesome. Okay, I got Bruges, and by default got occupations of this. Also sieged this down, and now I'm sieging St. Nicholas right here. So, what happens if we make these guys a fiefdom, man? Do they still end up in that other war, or how was that thing? Because... yeah, we're not really gonna get coalition if we make them a fiefdom up to max 80. And if we do this, if we take stuff, it's up to max 47. Yeah, I can see that. I wonder what's gonna happen here. Hey, why'd you do that, man? I thought they liked me. Well, that sucks. France peaced out, took land from Flanders, but also made them a subject, but I'm fighting still just Flanders. Well, in that case, I just need to siege this down and we're done, dude. Yeah, I'll just end up taking it for myself because it is low Franconian right here. I can integrate it very quickly. Okay, this is still good because we gain control of the market center. This is awesome. Yeah, look, this is good, man. Aragon just declared on France, yo. Aragon just declared on France, and they got Castile, the Pope, and, you know, those... How depleted is France? Well, obviously they don't have anything up, so we can't see, but... That's interesting. Yeah, they're using up their resources, man. Yeah, look, 19k max. France is gonna lose this one. France is gonna lose that one. I didn't pay attention to what happened here, though. Okay, finally done. And that's a full annex on Flanders, man. At least you know what remained of them. I am gonna get a little bit of coalition here, but it's not gonna be a problem. Okay, peace out. Imperial conquest, boom, boom. We automatically integrate St. Nicholas, which is nice. Waste a little less time. Obviously, they'll become a core. It's our culture. We gain the market, which is awesome. And, yeah, nothing too bad. Nothing too bad. This was a lucky situation that, honestly, man, I didn't even think about, but it's awesome. As for the union right here that we have with Limburg, man, we can't really do a lot of these, like, same succession law because we have right to inherit, which absolutely sucks balls. I am probably gonna take it away, honestly, once I max out stability. But in the meantime, we can do economy of the union, which we can't do because we don't have the previous one. Oh, let's not do anything then. I'm also sneakily trying to become Holy Roman Emperor right here. It's probably not possible, but that's okay. Wow, they actually demand unlawful territory now. All right, new parliament. Now I'm gonna change up some laws. Okay, so the first thing I actually want to do right here is itinerant court for the proximity thing. And then we'll do that. We'll do capital economy and we'll adapt to humanist. And then I will also change, where is it? Oh, that's right, distribution of power to favor the ruler. Well, I did auto-embrace professional armies, but it's not like we're gonna be rich enough to build up armories and stuff like that, so let me see what I can do. Well, I just royal married Austria, so now I've re-allied them, which is nice. I still have favors with them. What the hell? What is this? Oh, they had a little rebellion, is what it is, right? Yeah. I think I probably want to move my capital to Bruges once it's integrated, because it is coastal. We'll be able to project control nicely along the coast, and I think it's on the river as well. It's not on a river, but these rivers aren't really that relevant for me, are they? Yeah, not that relevant, unless it's somewhere over here. But even then, I think Bruges is the best capital, man. I think it's better than Brussels, right? Yeah. It's the market center, and it's a city too, you know? So, yeah, Ghent is a city as well. I think I'll do that once I integrate it. But yeah, now just waiting on next parliament, man. I think Holland is a pretty good target. Not even gonna lie. And I can call in Austria and Hesse with favors. Alright, I fabricated a CB on Holland for South Holland. Might even nab what's left of Liege right here, or make them a vassal or something. Let's declare... Do I need allies here? They got, like, 2 forts. Probably don't need allies. Hey, wait, how is Gelre in? Are they my rival? Is that how they're in? No. Then what the hell happened? So I've been sitting here scratching my head on why I can't piece out Brabant separately. Sorry, not Brabant, Gelre. And I just realized they're actually a subject of, Holland, man. So that means if we full annex Holland, which we are gonna do, it's really not that bad. We get these guys for free. So that's nice. That's nice. Let's get war reps and money from Liege, which is perfect. France did a thing. Actually, they just hit the HRE, and something I'm actually glad about, the Emperor did help out, man. The Emperor did help out. So yeah, now they're doing another, Aragon declared another time, and actually they won last time because we can see Castile has taken land in France, so has Aragon a bit, and the Pope over here, which a lot of this isn't original, or maybe it's Provence, I don't know, but there we go. There's a full annex on Holland, and we gain Gelre for free as a subject. Very nice. Lots of people mad, but I think we'll be alright. Hey, we can form the Netherlands. Hell yeah. So far, I'm satisfied. So far, France hasn't been bullying us, or the HRE that much for that matter, so I'm actually liking this, man. It is, from just one game experience right here, Low Countries, Netherlands, it's chill. So a coalition has formed up a little bit. I don't think it'll be too much of a problem if I'm being honest. Let's rival someone small and insignificant. And let's actually move our capital to Bruges while we, come on, what the hell? While we have the money to do it, man. Which we don't. Now it's more expensive. Cool. Unlawful territory is actually pretty tricky. It reduces monthly control by 1% and increases unrest by 25%. The unrest isn't bad, but for example, look at these two, man. Their cores, one is literally right next to my capital, 0 control, and I can't get it up until this expires in about 8 years. I think it's valid for 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. Right now, just chilling, almost out of debt. I gotta say, we are unexpectedly poor for how big we are, but coalition is pretty much gone, so we do need to you know, improve with Gelre so we can annex them and look into fighting someone else. I mean, Utrecht, only allied to Cologne, not bad. Frisia is actually so low. The only question is, can we get to them? Everything they own is in the Low Countries. They are a different culture though, I think. Yeah, they're Frisian. Probably worth it to make them a vassal as well, if I'm being honest. If we don't do them, we could do these Zutphen guys. Liege is still doable. Super tiny guys down here. Yeah, there's actually quite a few countries we can do. Quite a few countries we can do. Would I get a coalition if I just straight up vassalize Frisia? How big are they? You know what? I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. If we can't walk over, I'll just call in Austria or whatever. They got a vassal too. They got Brenberg, whoever that is. France is losing more land. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. I gotta say, we probably influenced this quite a lot with our original coalition, because even though we didn't win, we still made their levies very weak. And sure, they have expanded a little bit over here, which they did at the start, and a little bit over here, but the Pope has taken land, Aragon taking more land, Castile not really, but England did this, and I think that guy was a French subject originally, so yeah, pretty cool. I gotta say, pretty cool. France actually not doing that hot, and once again, they got a coalition going. Could now be the time. 30k max. I bring in all of these assholes right here, including Milan and Austria. Can we join a coalition against them? No, because I got a coalition myself. Okay, finally siege them down, walk back home. Where's the... There we go. Frisia becomes a vassal. Once again, tricky, but we're doing it. Nice. Our realm grows, folks. Our realm grows. Now, they're disloyal as hell, obviously, but that's okay. We're chilling. Okay, gonna do quite a lot of chilling now because everyone is super mad. Okay, France now doing this, the 100 Years' War thingy again. Now Austria is the emperor, which is cool. Okay, well, I'm gonna start annexing Gelre, whatever. Got another gov reform here, so I am gonna go diplomatic traditions. It's gonna help with the coalitions and stuff. Yeah, I think unlawful territory is done on a province basis, right? Yeah, because these three are, these three I got, well, actually, yeah, these three. Yeah, they're on 0. These two, luckily have finally expired, so we're chilling. How did I move my navy thing? I just decreased it and somehow grabbed it, but I can't grab... Oh, there we go, right there. Yeah, I like it down there when you shrink it. It's like in EU4. Nice. I think I can finally move my capital. It keeps getting more expensive. 100 Years' War is over. France won. By the way, I'm doing like parliament taxes right now. That's why I'm making so much money. Even without that, dude, we're doing all right. Yeah, moving the capital to Bruges was a good idea. Look, now we got 100 control on that too. Even though we got the army stuff the earliest, man, I'm really not doing any stuff over there because we don't really need it that much because we got allies too. So we're about to wrap up stuff from a Renaissance here pretty quickly, and then I'm moving on to banking for the dock and the barks and the, you know, the entree pot and the pound lock canal and the counting house. Yeah, pretty good. I'm excited to be playing an actual game in the Netherlands without France bothering me too much. We actually got decent relations with France, not that they can't declare on me, but yeah. Is France declaring on someone? Oh, there's no emperor. No, it must be the other way around. Oh, no, it's not the other way around. I guess Austria is kind of like obliged to defend them since they were the last emperor. Yo. Wait, did I get elected? Dude, I got elected. I'm the Holy Roman Emperor. Awesome. Yeah, dude. I think I got elected like 2 or 3 months ago, but I'm just looking at these changing, and I was trying to figure out which flag is mine, which is Bohemia's, because it's pretty much the same, except they got the sword and it's yellow, but I've been elected Holy Roman Emperor. That is actually awesome. That is actually awesome. Okay, that gives us another guy over here. So now obviously we got 4 cabinet guys, and it does something else as well. But I forgot what. Well, that's simply awesome. Okay, we're about to annex Gelre right here. Let's see who's next on our chopping block, because France... let's hope they don't take stuff from Luxembourg and Liege, man, because I do want to gobble them up. That is in Wallonia. But even if they do, I think we'll be able to form a new mega coalition. And this time, maybe actually beat them. But in the meantime, let's examine Utrecht right here. Totally doable. Zutphen. It's pretty much the same, but just with more allies. Super tiny guys. Solo. I think we go for Utrecht and vassalize them. It's as simple as that. Do they have subjects of their own? They don't. Yeah, go for Utrecht and vassalize them. Mostly same culture. These guys are same culture as well. Okay, we'll vassalize Utrecht. Maybe also vassalize Zutphen right here. Let's do that. All right, just Utrecht and Zutphen. We're all right. I'm more powerful than Austria. No need to call anyone in. Well, Gelre has been annexed. As always, I like limiting myself to nerd borders. So that means I am going to get rid of the tiny little location of Gelre because it's not within the land that I want. I'm just going to create a one location minor subject right there. Yeah, seems good. Wasn't Gelre in the Netherlands, in the Low Countries in EU4? All right, let's check the damage. Vassalize Utrecht and Zutphen. How much does it change it? 121 to 148. I'll do it. I'll pick up both of these guys. There we go. Once again, people are really mad now, just like in the last war, so we're gonna have to do quite a lot of chilling. But man, we've mostly gotten the stuff that we wanted done. Really, who else do I need to fight here, you know, to accomplish my goals? We need to fight, Yaver, just to take that one little location, which is cool. And then we go down south, eat up Horny, Liege if it still exists, and Luxembourg if it still exists. And then whatever we can. And I don't know, maybe we'll be strong enough to fight France, although I doubt it. But yeah, I'm very satisfied with this for now. Let's annex Frisia and improve with our new subjects. Obviously, like, way better diplomacy game as well when you're the emperor, which is super helpful for the way we're playing. I just hope I keep being elected. You know, I think it's a little bit tougher to stay elected as these guys because it goes off of like dynastic stuff as well. So Bohemia is a big contender as well. But right now we got 4 people, man. Yeah, I am going to improve with the rest of these guys as well. Colon Mines, they're the closest to me, so obviously they really wouldn't vote, especially because they're in the coalition. Oh, dude, I forgot about that change. You can't create subjects out of core locations, which honestly is a horrible change. How the hell are you supposed to be playing releasables, right? Because let's say you want to play as freaking Slovakia or something, right? Can you only release them from Posoni and not the entirety of Slovakia or whatever, or Transylvania? I'm not a fan of this change at all. Yeah, sometimes, man, you want to roleplay it up. I don't know if it's a game rule or whatever, but yeah. Okay, now we have a location that I don't want. Which, it's not bad. It's just, you guys know I like my areas and my regions and my provinces. Okay, now France has a mega coalition. They did stuff. They did stuff. They actually took out freaking Luxembourg. Wow. I'm being invited by Trier. I am gonna join that, obviously. I am the Emperor. I am gonna have to defend these guys. I think that's the way they've set it up before I came into power. Once France's truce with these guys is up, I don't know how long it is. Not that long, honestly. Yeah, just a year. I think it's the same. Well, it's not really the same with everyone. I guess we'll see. If we can get everyone else in the coalition, I might try, you know, my luck at fighting them again. They're huge, but yeah, we can try. Yeah, they did seal the Golden Bull. Cool. Can I do something? We can institute Landfried right here, which I don't know what that is. We can also do early Imperial Diet. We got traditional diet right now. I guess this says the level of the thing right here, the numbers, right? Yeah, all members will gain opinion of the Netherlands. More Imperial authority. That's a good one. I really do need to do a real HRE run, man. A real HRE run one of these days. What about military laws? Cities contribution. Free imperial cities must contribute manpower to the Holy Roman Emperor. They'll dislike me. How many free cities are there? 43 of them. There's actually quite a lot. Okay, that's a good one we can do. Socioeconomic treasury contribution. They'll pay me like this. Hey, I like money the most out of everything, so let's do that one, man. Cool. No one wants to do it. Frick me. Yeah, no one wants to do my stuff, man. I wonder how you get people to vote for you. Yeah, I'm the only one voting for the thing I want. And Austria, I guess. Everyone else, even though they got way less votes, obviously they gang up on me and do the other thing. So, can't do that one either. Since France has taken quite a lot over here, and these guys, which actually broke away from a union, are now a subject of France, really the only guys I need to fight are these one location guys, these one location guys, and then Liege. That's it, out of the stuff that I want. France does own a pretty big chunk of Wallonia, man, and a bit of Flanders too. But I'm still pretty satisfied, I gotta say. I have no problem with not fighting France and just continuing on like we are. Yeah, on Landfried we're still gonna lose, but a lot of other people are supporting me as well. Most notably other electors, but yeah. Alright, let's take out Horny. Oh, I didn't get a CB. They like me too much. Frick it though. We're done. Let me just check cultures right here. Yep, cultures are good. That's for me. Alright, coalition is bigger now. On France, obviously. Bigger than before. You can pull out 100. Yeah, damn, man. They're still so big, though. That's the problem. Do they have professionals? Yeah, they do. I don't think we can beat them, honestly. Even though we got more people than before, they also got more people than before. How was it earlier? It was like 160k versus 140k that we started off with. Actually, it's even less. Now it's less. Yeah, I got a slightly bigger army this time, but... Wait, Luxembourg popped out somehow. Luxembourg is back somehow. Oh, that's how they're back. They're just a little rebellion. I'm trying out a different strategy here in facing France right now. Coalition's still active. If I just linked up with the Pope, which I actually need to curry favors with. And I'm trying to link up with Castile, England, and Naples. If we can get, honestly, even one of these guys, hopefully Castile, and we declare, bring in the coalition, and bring in the allies, dude, they're done. Yeah, there we go. Finally something they want to do. Early Imperial Diet, which just gives us a little more Imperial Authority growth, and these guys like me more. I hooked up with Naples. There's England as well. As for Castile, we're actually really close to Castile as well. This is good. You know, my strongest suit in EU4, I would say, has always been the diplomacy game, just because it's so different in EU5, where it's so hard to, like, get bigger allies. A smaller guy in EU5 is just, yeah, something I don't really focus on in EU5, but yeah, dude. If we hit France here, I'll in all of these guys with favors. Pope, Naples, England, Castile too. They're dead. They're dead, and I'm taking everything that I can here, honestly. But yeah, got a CB on Tiny Frisian guys, Jever or Yever. Just waiting to link up with Castile because it's definitely possible. And then we go in and fight them. And I'll be currying favors with the boys in the meantime. There we go. We got 10 with the Pope, so no need to do that anymore. Oop. I auto-joined this little Pope war. That's okay. I haven't raised levies, so let's do our little own one as well. And that goes to Frisia, and we're done with that part of the world. Nice. What I like about this game is Naples isn't that aggressive, which is nice. And you can see Bohemia kind of stopped. It was only that little one point where they went super aggro. Now they're not aggro anymore. France really ain't doing that much. They've lost a bunch of land in the south too. And as soon as we're out of this Pope thing, we'll be able to ally Castile. Because it's negative 100 due to war, but it's actually positive 7. Okay, I actually hopped out of that. Alliance with Castile secured. Perfect. Excellent, dude. Everyone loves you when you're the emperor, and I'm still being voted for. Dope. I've just integrated Zutphen. Hey, how the hell did that not become my core? Oh, okay, it will. Oh, the Hussite wars, goddammit. Now Bohemia is calling me in versus the Pope. But I can also link with the Pope to fight Bohemia. I don't want to get involved in this. I'm going to decline that, and I'm also going to do that. Yeah. Didn't need the Pope anyway. I just thought we'd call him in because they have a pretty good chunk of land in France. Don't tell me everyone freaking... okay, no. Okay. Boys, I think as soon as we get 10 favors with Castile, we go in. Do I got the CB on France? Yeah, I do. It's a coalition. They've dropped down a bit. I don't know if they're doing anything. They're probably not. I like this. I like this a lot. England would actually join just like that. Yeah, man. These are the big boys. All right, man. I got 10 favors with Castile. I'm actually going to go ahead and call a parliament here. Let's just see if we got the CB still. Yes, we do. Okay, a parliament called. Let's do land focus, and I'm going to ask for larger levies. Let's let a month take over right here. Don't need the Italian guy. So if we want to declare on France with coalition. Okay, England and Castile come in just like that. And we can drag in Naples and the Pope too with favors. I mean, if we can't beat them like this, then you know what? They deserve to conquer us all. If we can't beat them like this, but I think we should be able to. There we go. Castile brings in someone. England brings in 2 guys. Naples is powerful, so is the Pope. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to kick these guys' ass. For real this time. Okay, just called in the Pope and Naples. Yeah, we have to be able to take them down, man. Even though we don't got professional troops, and they do, they actually got a decent bet. Yeah, 4K. Let's see if any one of my boys has professionals. Castile doesn't. We might be in trouble here. Frickin' we ball. I do think the coalition CB is a mistake because we'll still end up losing quite a lot of war score on that, but I don't know if I can drag in the coalition on my own war goal, you know? Probably not, right? Damn, it's so laggy in these massive wars. I white pieced. I actually white pieced, dude. They were rolling us. That's it. You know, nothing to be said, nothing to be shown. War wasn't anything special. Me and a coalition of the entirety of, well, not the entirety, but what, 70% of the HRE? Along with England, who actually didn't do anything. They were the biggest problem. Castile, the Pope, and Naples could not defeat France. Castile did a little bit of occupying down here. I did a little bit of up here. Someone did some over here, but nah, we were negative 40% war score, man. They beat our ass fair and square. Mercs, levies, professionals, you name it. Yeah, something needs to be done specifically about them. Something needs to be done specifically about them. I know they're kind of supposed to be the endgame boss, but they can't be undefeatable, man, like this. They can't be. I did declare while they were at their prime, they weren't, you know, their troops weren't reduced due to wars to anyone else, which is where Aragon and Castile took advantage and the Pope, but I just feel defeated, if I'm being honest. Well, because I technically was. Because I technically was defeated. To recap, what we have going for us is they're not attacking us, but I can't beat them. I've annexed Frisia during this war. That's not my core for some reason. Excellent. Let's just, I don't know, accept this, I guess. There we go. Now it'll become our core. Okay, in that case, let's just beat up Liege, and I think that's it. Just take everything in the Low Countries that's not owned by France. I can't believe it, dude. I really thought we had them. I'm not even gonna lie. I really thought we had them. And by the way, even if I had professionals, it wouldn't have mattered, man. Castile got freaking wiped. Me and freaking I don't know who else ended up with the most troops aside from England. They had like 30 or 40k up, but they didn't move them. Oof. Okay. Gonna do that soon. They're at Lorraine and Metz, which doesn't matter to me. Got in a ton of debt during that war as well. And we were just chilling, making money. Yeah, just don't fight France. That's my advice. Just don't fight France. Okay, Liege will accept it. That's a full annex. They are Walloon, but I've already accepted Walloon, so we'll just integrate it up. Wait, what? The Pope? I thought the Pope called me into something, but no, I actually ended up on the side of Bohemia, fighting the Pope. Whatever. How the hell did I end up fighting Naples and Poland too? Come on. Oh. Oh, I didn't even know how I accepted this thing from Bohemia. Help me. What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Why is everyone on the Pope's side? Why did I auto-join the Bohemian side? Why am I fighting the entirety of the HRE and France on the other side, and Poland, pretty big one too, and Naples and Sicily? What is going on? Please, I want to leave, dude. I want to leave. England, break alliance with England, sure. Break alliance with Castile, sure, I'll do that. I don't care about them anymore. What else do you want? War reps, money. No war reps? There we go, frick off, Jesus. What the hell was that, dude? What the hell is this war? My God. I know they hated the Hussites, but this much? I actually like it a lot. I actually like this a lot. I just didn't want to be involved in it. Holy, you know, come to think about it, historically, man, Bohemia was, you know, super strong, like it is in EU5, which I don't think should change, but they got absolutely obliterated in the Hussite wars, which is what's going on right now, and after that is when they fell off and Austria became the main guy in the HRE. So, you know, if something like this happens, shoot, 9 out of 10 campaigns, you know, Bohemia blowing a little bit, but then getting their ass beat by everyone, and after that just not being that relevant, I would absolutely love it. Yeah, lots of cool things happening this campaign. You know, everything is pretty good, I gotta say. I'm satisfied with everything I'm seeing. Once again, just a comment on the general state of 1.1. The only thing is, you know, out of 2 videos that you guys have seen from me so far, I'm liking everything over here, but still, you know, I don't think about this too often, but the Ottomans need to be strong enough to defeat Bulgaria and Serbia, which they almost never are. Dude, I don't know who this is. The county of Münchener Schott whatever has decided to declare on Bohemia. These guys somehow got Castile involved in that. So now this is the fun that Bohemia is having. Hey, at least me and Naples are out. Well, no, I was actually on Bohemia's side, so that's not good. But at least Naples is out of that whole thing. Yeah, I still don't know how I got called in, because I had a pop-up to join a Pope war. I read something, Aspire, blah, 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 and I didn't even see it was Bohemia, and I accepted that, but I ended up on this side. I guess that was an auto call in that, you know, came in like before my acceptance or something. I don't think they lost anything. Yeah, they're still in this other war, but yeah, they're all right. This is what control looks like right now, if anyone's interested. Coalition against France. They got another one? I'm not doing it for a 3rd time, bro. No, I'm not doing it for a 3rd time. Me and France, best friends now, baby. Okay. Integrated the stuff we took from Liege right here, so that's our cores as well. Only thing that's left to do, folks, is finish annexing Utrecht right here, and we will have everything in what I consider the region of the Low Countries, you know, Friesland, Holland, Brabant, Flanders, Wallonia, that's not owned by France, and that one little bit by their subject, which is that. Yeah, I guess this is working a lot better now, you know? Defensive alliance against Bohemia, I guess it's all the striped stuff. And I guess Rome is all the... Well, what color are those stripes? They're white on these guys. Red stripes on the Bohemia boys? Cool. What are the requirements? Oh, they need to be at war for me to join. Okay. Yeah. Obviously, this works a lot better. Nice. I like that. Or no, shoot. What did they do with Bohemia? Maybe they forced them to be Catholic? Maybe that's what they do in that war? No. And there we go, folks. After about 90 years of playing, man, we honestly accomplished the goal that I set out to accomplish. You know, we wanted to see if we could play in the Netherlands as Brabant, honestly the most powerful nation in the Netherlands. in the Low Countries at the start of the game without France interfering in our game, and if we could conquer all of the, the Low Countries, and we did accomplish that, man. We did accomplish it, We own all of the areas of Friesland, Holland, and Brabant, and we own most of Flanders and a little bit of Wallonia, obviously, with the exception of anything that France or their subject owns. And as a bonus point, we became the Holy Roman Emperor, which enabled us, to accept some more cultures, have more guys over here, bring in allies and stuff like that. And honestly, it was a super fun game, even with France doing this. It's more than obvious by now that France is nowhere near as aggressive as it was before. The HRE is still whole. Bohemia did a little bit of aggro stuff at the start, but after that, they really haven't done anything. Milan also isn't pushing into Switzerland and stuff like that. Austria is decently powerful, and I gotta say, man, I'm pretty satisfied. I'm pretty satisfied with this. So, to answer the question that we asked at the start of the video, can you play next to France? Yes. Can you play specifically in the Low Countries? Yes. Can you play as Brabant even more specifically? Yes. And you're gonna have a pretty good time, because honestly, I had a pretty good time. But one thing that I'm not satisfied about, man, is us not being able to beat France. Okay, in that first coalition war, I understand it went how I thought it would go, because France rolled all of the tiny guys. But dude, me, Austria, the Pope, who is fairly powerful, Naples, Castile, and England, which, let's face it, they weren't really even in the war, we couldn't defeat France. If we caught them after they did a huge war or something like that with levies depleted, sure, we probably would have. But dude, they got professionals, they got merc companies. Yeah, they're just unbeatable right now. They're just unbeatable. You gotta be, a player has to be, I think, the size of like Castile or England to be able to beat them. But with these guys, man, not really. Not really. I'm just not seeing it. But either way, man, I had lots of fun. This is definitely a great Netherlands campaign. From here, honestly, I do a tall Netherlands run, focus on colonization and stuff like that, develop my lands, maybe, fight guys next to me, but establish subjects and stuff like that, one per culture or one per area or per, province or stuff like that. So, honestly, pretty fun. Netherlands, finally, after about a month of it being not playable, I officially declare it playable. So, if you're up for playing in the beta, go ahead and download it, boys, and start up a game as Netherlands. If not, wait for the final version, because, those, the crash of the economy that's coming up in about 50 years needs to be fixed. But, hey, if you don't care about that stuff, go ahead and download it up, and I think you are going to have fun as the Netherlands. But, even then, man, in the official version, we are all going to have fun as the Netherlands. But, yeah. I think that's all I have to say about that. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, man, leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe as well. And that's it for me for now. See you next time.